Humans are very good at discovering patterns in linguistic input. Such statistical learning has been proposed as a central mechanism in language learning, including the learning of word meanings. Statistical information plays an important role during language processing. For example, the frequency with which we encounter word forms is a robust predictor of processing time. What about the frequency of word meanings? For example, the word form ball has two meanings: spherical toy or dancing event. When we ask people to quickly produce an associate with ball, people mostly come back with words related to the spherical toy meaning. We call this the dominant meaning. During processing of ambiguous words, dominance plays an important role. Dominant meanings are processed more readily than subordinate meanings. So the language system has this very useful heuristic where it makes assumptions about speakers' intended meaning based on how the word has historically been used. Somehow, in the early stages of learning about the meanings of words like ball, the language system must collect and store in memory statistical information about the distribution of word meanings. In this project, we want to investigate how the language system arrives at this heuristic by artificially replicating learning of ambiguous words and manipulating the relative dominance of their meanings. We will run the study online with adult participants. Stimuli are 10 disyllabic pseudo-words that will either be associated with a single meaning, so unambiguous, or with two unrelated meanings, ambiguous. For example, the pseudo-word below will mean either train or tree. During training, these pseudo-words will be embedded in sentences. For example, he ran down the platform but still missed his below. We will manipulate how often people encounter below in each meaning. For example, we could make the train meaning dominant by using it 80% of the time, or make the two meanings more evenly balanced. We hypothesize that if learners pick up on there being multiple meanings associated with a word form, they should experience competition between meanings during processing. So word forms that were learned with only a single meaning should be processed more easily than ambiguous words. If learners additionally pick up on distributional information about those meanings of ambiguous words in the learning input, they should process dominant meanings differently from subordinate meanings. After training, we will test whether participants have picked up on the ambiguity in the words and the particular meaning distribution in the input. Participants will complete an acceptability judgment task on sentences that contain our pseudo-words. Participants will also complete a semantic relatedness judgment task on single words. For both tasks, we expect faster decisions about unambiguous than ambiguous words. And for ambiguous words, we expect faster decisions when probes or sentences refer to dominant compared to subordinate meanings. We will also ask participants to define the words. This will show whether participants have learned the word meanings at all and whether the meaning distribution in their learning input influences recall and production, such that dominant meanings are perhaps produced more often than subordinate meanings. Finally, we'll use a multiple choice task in which participants select the correct meaning of below to check whether they have learned both meanings. We are grateful for any suggestions you might have on our research plan.